right now at 6 o'clock, two men charged with two violent crimes. In court today, the accused gunman in the Kalamazoo shootings is dragged from the courtroom after one of the surviving victims breaks down on the stand.
So, Ms. Carruthers, are you okay? Or do we need to take a minute?
And in Muskegon County, new information about the man charged with abducting a 16-year-old girl. We've discovered new disturbing details about the evidence police found at the man's home and inside his van. WZZM 13 News at 6 starts now.
WZZM 13 News on your side.
And off the top, two reports. Alex Shabbat in Kalamazoo, where Jason Dalton was ordered to stand trial for February's mass shootings. And John Mills in Muskegon County, following the ongoing abduction investigation there. We'll get to both of them in just a moment. But first, we want to give you a sense of the kind of day it has been. In Kalamazoo, Tiana Carruthers, one of the survivors of the Kalamazoo shootings, took the stand to testify about what happened. As she did, Jason Dalton, the accused gunman, began talking to her. It was simply too much for her to handle, and she began to sob.
Take it, take it, take it.
Escort down into holding.
We're here, honey. You're okay.
During a break during which, as you saw, Dalton was removed from the courtroom, Carruthers returned to the stand to continue her testimony. WZZM 13's Alex Shabbat joins us now with more. And Alex, a hard but courageous thing for Tiana Carruthers to do today.
Certainly true, Nick, and as you mentioned at the top of the newscast, Jason Dalton is now heading to trial, accused of murdering 6 people. Now, this all comes as these 6 people lost their lives the night police say Jason Dalton went on his shooting rampage. The 4 women died in the parking lot of a Cracker Barrel restaurant, and a teen and his dad were gunned down in a car dealership parking lot. Today in court, we heard from that teen's girlfriend who was with them at the time. She described going into her boyfriend's pocket and grabbing his cell phone to call 911 after the shooting. We also heard from an officer who was involved in arresting Jason Dalton. And we heard from another officer who performed life-saving procedures on Abigail Koff, one of the 2 survivors. It was the other survivor, Tiana Carruthers, who caught a lot of the attention today. As you mentioned, she testified about the chilling moments after the shooting.
I just remember him just shooting, and I just remember I tried to move, but I couldn't move. I tried to get under the car, but after I realized he wasn't going to stop shooting, I just pretended like I was dead already.
No new trial date has been set at this point, but the prosecutor tells us he's expecting a pretrial conference, which is typically between attorneys, in the next 3 weeks, Nick.
All right, Alex, thank you very much. So here is a quick recap of the Jason Dalton case. Investigators say he shot 8 people, killing 6 of them at 3 locations in and around Kalamazoo. Early the next morning, February 21st, police arrested Dalton. 2 days later, he was arraigned for 16 crimes related to the shootings. Then on March 3rd, Dalton was ordered to take a competency exam at his defense attorney's request. In late April, he was found competent to stand trial, which brings us to today's preliminary hearing. For more information about today's hearing for Jason Dalton and the Kalamazoo shootings, go to our website, WZZM13.com. Turning our attention now to the other big story we are following, police in Muskegon County are responding to rumors surrounding the Jeffrey Willis investigation. They say claims that they have found human remains are untrue. WZZM 13's John Mills has more on that and new details about the evidence investigators have gathered.
This 5-page court transcript details the list of items found stored in locked boxes in Jeffrey Willis's van. The sworn probable cause statement from Wednesday lists handcuffs, chains, ropes, syringes, a mask, and rubber gloves as items found in Willis's van. There was also a bar with wrist restraints. Detectives found a .22 caliber automatic pistol with the serial number destroyed in another locked box. Muskegon County Undersheriff Dan Stout says all those items are being examined by forensic experts with the Michigan State Police Crime Lab.
That evidence is going to take a while to be processed.
Willis's gun may be a key piece of evidence.
The firearms, if that's what you're talking about, is being tested and being looked at.
At Willis's Sheridan home, police found images of child pornography and videos of women taped and gagged. A multi-jurisdictional team of investigators is still seeking any connections Willis may have to missing mother Jessica Herringa or the shooting death of Becky Bletch.
He is a suspect in both those cases.
The court transcript says the teen victim in the April attempted abduction case identified Willis from a photo lineup. She told police Willis pointed a gun at her after she jumped out of his moving van. Undersheriff Stout addressed speculation on social media that a body has been recovered.
I am not aware of any remains being found at this time.
Skeletal remains?
None that I am aware of. It is my understanding that he has not talked at this time.
The court transcript does not say how the teen got away from Willis. He remains locked up in the Muskegon County Jail being held on a $1 million bond. In Muskegon, John Mills, WZZM 13 News.
And we want to take a closer look now at the other unsolved cases involving Becky Bletch and Jessica Herringa. They've puzzled investigators for a while now, and there are some similarities. WZZM 13's David Bailey in the Information Center now with that part of our coverage. Certainly good reason for the victims' loved ones to be paying attention right now, David.
Yeah, good evening, Nick. For both of those families, the families of those two victims, you could say this really is the first glimmer of hope in a long time. Both crimes happened within about a year of one another, and they both happened within a 15-mile radius of one another, with the suspect living in between both of those places. But at least at this point, we must remember police have not provided us any indication there is any evidence at all tying Jeffrey Willis to either of those cases. But as you heard just a moment ago, he is clearly being considered a suspect. A suspect because of what you just heard John Mills report just a minute ago. Now here's a look back at the Jessica Herringa case. She vanished April 26, 2013 while working at the Exxon gas station there in Norton Shores. When police arrived, they found the building unlocked and small blood stains by the back door. Video later surfaced of a van driving by shortly after Jessica's disappearance, but she was never found. In the meantime, about a year later, on June 29, 2014, Becky Bletch was found shot and killed on Automobile Road. We now know she died of multiple gunshot wounds and had bruises on her wrists, hands, back, and legs. There's the background. We have been in contact with her family members for months, and we can tell you this is the first bit of hope that they have had that this case could very well get solved. Now, put both of those cases together along with the case Willis is accused of, and you heard just a moment ago, and add in the belief by detectives that Willis's van was equipped to kidnap and sexually assault women, it perhaps fits a pattern, and that's why the investigators are certainly doing the work they can to get some answers, Nick.
All right, David, thank you very much. And again, police want to remind the public, call them with any information you may have about these cases, no matter how insignificant you may think it is. You can always remain anonymous by calling Silent Observer or by going to their website. You can also call Muskegon County Sheriff's Department at the number on your screen. In other news now, in case you missed it at 5 o'clock, Governor Snyder has signed an executive order that says he will help eliminate the problem of lead in Michigan. Under the order, Snyder is creating what he calls the Child Lead Poisoning Elimination Board. Snyder says the new board will focus on eliminating lead poisoning, not just reducing it. Governor says the board will make sure more Michigan children are tested for lead. A big honor today for students and administrators in the Muskegon Heights School District. State Superintendent Brian Winston stopped by for a visit today. He says he tries visiting one school district every month. Winston says he chose Muskegon Heights today in an effort to highlight improvements in the district and the positive changes underway there. A great night to spend some time outdoors. Coming up, we're going to head back live to the Relay for Life underway in Rockford, as well as East Grand Rapids. Plus, George is going to have a gorgeous weekend forecast. Stay with us. be a gorgeous Friday night. No excuse not to get outside. And if you are looking for something to do, you might want to check out some of the area relays for life. A lot of them going on. WZZM 13 Laura Hartman, meteorologist Laura Hartman. She's in Rockford tonight along with my co-anchor Julia Dragus, who is emceeing that event. Laura joins us now, and boy, I'm telling you what, Laura, I'm a little bit jealous because it looks picture perfect out there right now.
You know, Nick, we do have a few clouds in the sky, but it has not rained and it's not going to. So what a better night you really couldn't ask for a Relay for Life all across West Michigan. I think there's 4 going on this evening into tomorrow. And this is, of course, a 24-hour event here in Rockford. The North Rockford Middle School is where all of the fun is taking place. And they've just wrapped up some of the opening ceremonies, the Survivors Lap as well. But they have so much more to go. If you want to stick around till midnight or maybe come out a little bit later if you're a night owl, they've got the pizza party going on at then, and then they've got so much fun activity to keep the energy up through the entire night. Now, there's so much going on here, and it's going to be so fun going until 2 o'clock on Saturday. But as we said, this is not the only Relay for Life in West Michigan. We're going to send it over to WZZM 13's Meredith Terhar, who is in East Grand Rapids for their Relay for Life.
I'm Meredith Terhar from the East Grand Rapids High School track, where the 9th annual Relay for Life is going strong right behind me. This event began at 3 p.m. and it's going on for 24 hours, all the way until Saturday at 3 p.m. Organizers hope that you'll come out and support these walkers, honor the survivors, and remember those who have lost their lives to cancer. The goal, of course, of this event to raise money for the American Cancer Society so that they can fight cancer, so that more people in this community can celebrate birthdays, more people all over the globe can celebrate birthdays. This event, 9 years strong here in East Grand Rapids. Yearly, this movement raises $400 million. Truly an incredible movement. If you'd like more information about this particular relay, or perhaps a relay closer to you and your community, all you need to do is log on to our website, WZZM13.com.
Thanks, Meredith. Certainly doing so much good for not only West Michigan, but for the entire American Cancer Society of the United States with these events that are going on. And of course, you probably want to know what the weather's going to be looking like for the next few hours if you decide to come out to one of these relays. We're going to send it over to Chief Meteorologist George Lessons, who's got all of the details for your weekend forecast, plus Memorial Day forecast too.
2 weekends worth of weather, Laura. Looks great out there tonight. We could have used a little bit more sunshine, but we've got a lot of that coming over the weekend. 13 weather ball tonight, still green. No change to our fine weather pattern foreseen. What a change this weekend will be from last weekend. This view brought to you by Countryside Greenhouse of Allendale. We forecast 73 degrees today. It made 74 before those clouds rolled on in. Started another 3-degree accuracy streak. We're 5 for 5 on Fridays here in the past 31 days. Tomorrow, all these clouds will be distant memory. Lots of sunshine to start your day. Sun coming up at 6:13, going down at 9:05. That's pretty close to 14 hours and 51 minutes worth of daylight. We'll top out in the mid-70s here tomorrow. Winds will be a little bit lighter out of the north. Right now, temperatures have recovered from overnight lows, generally in the 40s up into the mid-60s to low 70s. 72 now, the warm spot up here in Fremont. We're going to add several degrees to that here over the next couple of days. A lot of high clouds have come up from the south. It's from a storm system that has just been meandering through the Midwest last several days. Most of the active weather tonight is down in Mississippi and Alabama, and some showers up through eastern Kentucky and southern Ohio. That is pushing away from us. High pressure firmly in place, and with a southerly wind, we're going to start to see warmer temperatures over the next several days. The upper level jet stream is what's driving our weather right now. Big trough of low pressure just kind of sitting off to our west through the weekend, and you can see that's really pumping up the warm air and also the moisture next week, and that's going to stick around into the long holiday weekend, so no sign of any cool weather now for the next 10 to 15 days. Now, if you're headed out to Lake Michigan here during the day tomorrow, a little bit of sun in the morning, but a little cloud cover in the morning, lots of sunshine, so remember the sunscreen if you're headed over toward the lake, maybe that Grand Haven Kite Festival that'll be going on. You can see the winds become onshore in the afternoon, so the kites will be flowing inland here tomorrow. Waves will eventually build to around 1 footers from Grand Haven off to the south. But nothing but sunshine at the lakeshore here tomorrow. Look at highs right around 70 to the low 70s before those onshore winds kick on in. Notice the air quality here at the lakeshore. There's going to be moderate levels of ozone because of all of the stagnant air around and the sunshine that really cooks out over Lake Michigan. Up north, the air quality will be good just about everywhere, low to mid 70s under plenty of sunshine. And from Grand Rapids off to the south again, moderate levels of ozone. Otherwise, highs between about 71 to as warm as 75 in Kalamazoo and here in Grand Rapids. So downtown Grand Rapids looking like this here tomorrow. Winds will be out of the north, very light in the morning, up to about 15 in the afternoon. And that sun coming up there at 6:13. So I mentioned sunshine through the weekend and up to near 80 on Tuesday. We push the showers now into Tuesday night. 13 on target forecast. Showers and thunderstorms Wednesday into Wednesday night, and then tapering off Thursday morning. Thursday afternoon and Friday I think will be dry, but still very warm and humid. Then scattered thunderstorms the following Saturday and Sunday. Right now, the holiday itself on Monday looks dry.
Everything looks great, George. Well, the Tigers hope a day off can spark two of their struggling hitters, and Davenport baseball takes another swing at making the NAIA World Series. We've got that and more coming up next in sports. After a heart-wrenching loss last night, the Davenport Panthers had another shot to clinch a spot in the NAIA World Series if they could regroup and beat Bellevue University today. Bellevue scored 3 runs in the final 2 innings last night to force the deciding game. Panthers needed to put it behind them, but they came out sloppy in the second, already 1-0. The pickoff move gets past Brandon Cable, and Kevin Rodriguez scoots over to second. Later in the at-bat, Trevor Jones singles to right center. That's going to score Rodriguez, pushing the lead to 2-0. Next batter, Ross Feely. He singles to center field, and just like Rodriguez before him, Jones comes sliding safe at home. They get 3-0 Bruins. Panthers get 2 back in the third, but the Bruins respond with 2 men on. Ground ball gets through Connor Seymour's legs. It's short. Another run for Bellevue. It's 4-2 at the time. Then Matt Evans comes in to bunt, actually pops this one up. The throw home is tardy, and the Bruins tack on another 5-2 after 3. Last chance for the Panthers in the 9th. 2 on and 2 outs, down 5, but Brian Sobieski grounds out to end it. The Bruins, led by their starting pitcher Todd Nix, On just 2 days rest, pull out the 8-inning gem. Panthers fall short 7-2.
Our initial philosophy with it was to see how many pitches we could get him up to and battle some counts and make sure we had some good plate discipline. You know, and he, man, hats off to him. I mean, to throw 115 pitches, a 9-inning complete game on Tuesday, and then come back and throw 120 today and almost a complete game. I mean, he shut us down.
The Tigers haven't gone undefeated in a week all season, but it's a possibility now after they've won 4 in a row. Their homestand continues tonight against Tampa Bay, and 2 regulars will return to the lineup to face the Rays. Catcher James McCann will start tonight and hit 8th. He set out Wednesday's 6-3 win over Minnesota. His defense has been stellar, but he's in an offensive slump, batting just .118 in 15 games and has no extra base hits in 55 at-bats. Victor Martinez is also back in the lineup as Detroit's designated hitter after getting Wednesday off. He'll bat cleanup. He's cooled off a bit after having multi-hit contests in 4 out of 5 games. He's been hitless in the last 3. Well, America's thirst for a Triple Crown winner was quenched last year when American Pharoah won horse racing's first Triple Crown in 37 years. That's taken some of the anticipation away from Nyquist in this year's Preakness race, the second leg of the sport's 3 biggest events. That doesn't take away any pressure, though, for trainer Doug O'Neill, jockey Mario Gutierrez, and owner John Paul Redham. Their star colt is a perfect 8-0, and after his Kentucky Derby win, has earned nearly $5 million for the team. 10 of the past 19 Derby winners have won the Preakness, and with Nyquist being the overwhelming 3-5 favorite, O'Neill says there's no pressure. He's just enjoying the moment.
I think you just don't even have time to think about what could go wrong. You're just thinking about how cool it is right now and enjoying the right now. So it's I'm sure, though, when they're on the track going to the gate, there'll be some butterflies in Mario's stomach and our stomach, and that's what it's all about. That's what sports are all about.
Obviously a heavy Michigan connection with the horse and the owner group and the training staff, and a lot of people from this area pulling for Nyquist tomorrow.
What was it, 38 years between Affirmed and American Pharoah, something like that, 38 years?
Now we'll see if it can happen in back-to-back years, which would be amazing.
That would be a big story in and of itself. Thank you, Jamal. Stick with us. George looking outside one more time next. All right, looking outside one more time to a gorgeous weekend.
It's going to be great. We're going to get rid of the clouds. It's still a little bit overcast out there,
Yeah.
but that's not bad. No worries about any rain. Should be a great evening to do just about anything. Relay for Life going on great.
Heritage Hill Home Parade.
Absolutely. Lots of things to do here in West Michigan overnight. Otherwise, low 50s in the morning. The sun will break out. We've got nothing but sunshine all weekend long with highs in the 70s.
And the only regret, the Whitecaps aren't in town.
Not at all. They're in Fort Wayne, where Shane Green's making a rehab start tonight for the team.
Okay.
The Tigers send him down. Of course, the Tigers are at home against the Rays. And I'll be at a Relay for Life tomorrow, enjoying that weather out at Whitehall. Should be a good time out there.
Yeah, and I'm going to be at Caledonia. We kick off at 10 o'clock or 11 a.m. So, yeah, it's going to be a good weekend for that type of thing.
sure.
All right, that is it for us at 6 o'clock. We're going to be back here at 11. Leave you tonight with a salute to students at Grand Rapids Montessori. This is Mrs. G's first, second, and third grade classes.
Everybody's here living out